Constitution, to me prior to this class, was an old document that I only had to bring out when talking to people about the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. I felt that this document was old and I could not learn anything more about it. When I saw the title of our book, I did not think that our Constitution could have a basis in morality. I always knew the Founding Fathers were a good group of men, but did not realize how rooted in a divine power they actually were until reading our text, the legal basis for a moral constitution. I also feel another misconception about the U.S. Constitution is that out of the 55 framers, 32 were lawyers, and out of 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence, 25 were lawyers. This to me means that the foundation of the United States is heavily rooted in law. The founding documents in the hierarchy pyramid is built up by setting the foundation in divine law, the authority. Next comes the Declaration of Independence, the legitimacy, the Federalist Papers, which is the rationale, and atop of the pyramid is the U.S. Constitution and the supreme law. My understanding of the hierarchy is that without a strong foundation, anything can come crumbling to the ground. Our founding fathers knew this, so they chose the divine law to build this country on. As our text states, without divine law as the cornerstone and providing the foundational level of authority, the Declaration of Independence would not have legitimacy in announcing the new political sovereignty of the United States of America. As Christians, we also follow these amoral ideas without realizing what is actually happening, believing that we are better off with so-called separation church and state, and that is actually rooted in the secular humanism and nowhere in the constitutional hierarchy or in the divine law interaction of spheres of government. Essentially, we have muddied the water with separation of church and state, and which allows for the loss for significant moral ground on life, liberty, freedom, marriage, and culture. One thing I'd like to add is that the Declaration of Independence was written, the statement worldview was in some ways wrong. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The reason I say they are wrong is because they are ahead of their time. Because at this time that this was written, slavery was a massive business in the United States. Those men and women were not treated with these unalienable rights. Even today in America, people are being treated differently because of their skin color. I believe the founders that wrote this were looking for the future in which we did not see someone for their skin color, but for who they are as an individual of this great nation. They knew that in their time they would not be able to see these changes, but yet made it a point to address it, because otherwise we could still potentially have slavery to this day in the United States of America.